everyone, welcome to my channel. It's Haysie Simmer, and today we have another episode of my Extreme Ultimate Decades Challenge. In today's episode, we're in the year 1330. We are wrapping up another decade. This is my third wrap up. Since starting this challenge late October 2023. Just want to thank you all for sticking with me and keeping up with what's going on in our medieval fantasy Let's Play. So without further ado, let's get into the video. Okay, so we're going to start at the home screen now because according to our story, Augustin is currently going to be on the boat arriving back in Avalon. He has decided that he will be fostering his nephew John. He would also like to foster his niece Palvetta and have them both come stay in Avalon. He told King Tristan Hassan that due to everything that they had recently with the conflict in their kingdom, that he doesn't feel quite right saying that John is 100% his heir, but he would like to foster good relations and would highly consider him to be heir because he is one of the oldest in line. So as long as he can see that John's intentions are in line with Avalon, he will sign a new treaty with Hassan saying that Prince John will be his new heir once he feels like John has proven his allegiance to Avalon. King Hassan was very resistant to that idea, but he understands, like, hey, Augustin has said multiple times that he is a prince of his kingdom. He wants to raise up people in his kingdom. And even though John was born to Augustin's older brother, his older brother tried to overthrow the kingdom and bring in a dark goddess. And he aligned himself with a vampire cult. And his older brother, Prince James, was fostered in other kingdoms, and he did spend some time in Moria. He spent some time traveling around to get his education. So when he came back to Avalon, he felt like he was ready to rule Avalon, but he didn't know much about the people. So when Augustin was growing up in the country, because they were refugees because of what James did, he knew that he would want to put his kingdom first. So King Hassan has decided to understand and respect that, although he did tell Augustin he fully expects John to be seen as a fit heir, that he has given him the best education. He's also going to be sending over a small family emissary to stay in Avalon at the castle to not only make sure that John and Palvetta are being treated correctly, but they're also given the chance to prove that they deserve to, well, at least John deserves to be in the line of succession. So Hassan is doing an emissary exchange. We don't really have anyone from Avalon who can come and stay in Moria, so Augustin will probably look at someone to be his emissary soon. They are going to go ahead and go into the castle, and they do not know that the king and the queen are dead, so they're going to have to arrive and get that news. I'm going to move them into the heir apartments because as far as they know, they are, the heirs. So the family that King Hassan is sending is Ophelia's family. I named it Ophelia the Bad Mom. After running from her responsibility, Ophelia married again and had another son. Ophelia's husband is Lord Arik Washington. He is a distant cousin of King Hassan. So he is going to be the emissary to the Kingdom of Moria, and his son William here is currently engaged to the Princess Palvetta. Princess Palvetta is being fostered by Augustine. And then, as we said before, Ophelia is the bad mom of Elijah. So she just had that. Hang on, everyone's eyes are messed up because I fixed my eye issue. So I have to add them back from what I remember. He is going to be the emissary for Moria to Avalon, and we're going to have him stay in the guest wing and be staying in Avalon representing Moria and Moria's best intentions. And technically, he is going to be a spy as well. So since his son is marrying the Princess Palvetta, it kind of works out well. And we are going to be sending, so I think we're going to send the new Duke Elliot Grant and his sister Rosalind to go stay in Moria and be the representatives of Avalon. Duke Grant was the one who was a good voice. He was a good voice of the people. He helped Calvin and Tamara put out that search warrant whenever Jedediah tried to abandon his responsibilities and when he kidnapped the kids. So even though he was turned into a vampire, his family still kept in good standings. But the mom, the Duchess, needs to stay behind because I don't know if she would. You know what? I think we're going to send the Duchess, actually. The Duchess and her daughter and her son and her baby. I think, yeah. So we will leave Duke Grant's heir here. So that way he can start his own family. And we're going to send his sister, his little brother. We're going to send his 2 sisters and his little brother and his mom to Moria because his mom is old enough to kind of know what we would be needing, the kind of information. Because an emissary speaks on your country's behalf as well as they spy. You know what I mean? So I feel like she would be a good representative. And Eddard is about to age up into a teen anyways. So he could learn how to take over that emissary role. So I think we're going to send them. So I'm going to edit their household and just do a little moving around. Actually, I might even just go ahead and age Eddard up because she's been a teen for a very long time, since the beginning of the game. So now I'm pretending she's like a young lady and her mom's like 50 and she's like 25. So she would be looking for a marriage match. So this would be a fantastic for her. He would be looking for a marriage match here, looking for his own Duchess because his mom is like a dowager Duchess. And yeah, so I think that's a good plot. The reason I don't always do like cinematics, because I don't want to always look like I'm talking over things I set up and you're not watching me play. Like, this is how I play. I have to make these like choices because we're playing chess, but I'm also like coming up with things as we go. So Elliot is now the inherited duke because his father is a vampire. And I think his father is still alive and learning how to be not a vegetarian vampire. I don't want to keep saying that from Twilight because they're not vegetarians. But he's learning how to be sorry, I almost did it again. He's learning how to be a vampire who does not partake in blood, the bloodlust, and he's learning how to live off of plasma fruit. So maybe that is more of a vegetarian. So I was gonna say maybe Elliot has not only inherited the title because, you know, we don't want a vampire taking basically the vampires have lost all their titles and stuff like that, but we kind of just like are respecting distance right now. They're not messing with us. They're learning how to live with these changes in their life because they don't want to hurt the kingdom and their people, the ones who did survive the vampire plague and weren't burned at the stake or, you know, killed or whatever. So, you know, Elliot would have inherited his father's role. So I would like to give him some nicer clothes. Maybe this is more fitting for a duke of the kingdom. Like, I want him to match our kingdom, but I don't want it to look like he's trying to like pretend like he's royalty. All right, so this is Duke Elliot. I'm gonna give him some more skin details because I think we're gonna try to find him a bride. And he is a new teen, so he's not that old. So if we have someone in our family that we choose to match him up with. All right, I'm pretty happy with the way Duke Elliot looks. Actually, I want to play with his genetics, but I'm not going to do that. So Eddard is going to grow up as well, and he's going to be a young teen, and he is going to continue his education in Moria, which I think will be very beneficial to him. I think our guys are losing their shoulders and their hips. And since he's going to be representing our country, I do think that they would, I mean, that's what the king is wearing, so I can't do something too fancy, but I think he would be dressed really nice to leave a good impression in Moria about our kingdom, and he would wear our colors. It looks like he was really enjoying robes though, so maybe he wants to study some kind of, I feel like he definitely has to give a good impression of our kingdom and not make us look poor, not make us look weak. So the way we dress the mail that we're sending needs to kind of show. I think this looks really nice, actually. I really like his hair now, too. At first, I thought it was too, I don't know, but I think he looks really good. I need to make his eyes a little bigger. I don't know. I think this works for him. I know everyone was defaulted to those eyes, but I think his mom had honey eyes, if I remember correctly. So I think I'm gonna give them like a richer brown. Oh my goodness, Eddard is, I think he looks better than the Duke. I love him. I only think he needs a teeny bit of a stronger chin and jaw. Oh, guys, do you think that he might sweep off one of King Hassan's princesses if he has any daughters? I haven't made King Hassan's family yet. I'm just gonna roll and decide all that later. But I think he looks so much better than his brother, Elliot. I mean, Elliot's cute. Maybe I need to like change Elliot's eyebrows. He just looks like a sweet, sweet boy. You know what I mean? I might change his hair to match his brother's. It could just be the hair. Yeah, I think it's the hair. I think it's the messy top curls. And he's a little bit, well, you know what? I think it's also because I gave them more of a jaw. Because they definitely need some jaw work. Yeah, that's totally what it is. And since Duke Elliot is a little bit older, I want to give him a little facial hair. Like, okay. What do you guys think? I think the Duke and his brother, I guess his brother would be a lord. Does anyone, like, I don't know. I need to look up the way titles are used. I used to know, but then I just quit caring. So she would be the Dowager Duchess. So I think we're just gonna make her Lady. All right, so Lady Rosalind will go, little Ada will go, Lady Anna Grant will go, and Lord Eddard Grant. He is going to learn how to be an emissary from his mother. They don't have a lot of money, but I guess it doesn't matter because I'm going to move them into the castle. All right, dropping off our emissary. Yeah, they can fit. Now that household is full, but for now that's fine because we're not playing in there. So Duke Grant will need to get married soon. So Augustine is welcoming John and Palvetta to the kingdom of Avalon. They haven't been here since they were young. Palvetta does have reservations because, you know, her sister was made a sacrifice. So she wasn't very excited. Oh my goodness, some bickering's going on. So she wasn't really excited about Augustine insisting that she was also fostered, but Augustine is choosing to do this because so due to what happened to her sister, he just kind of wanted to like pay her back some way. But it looks like John is starting to be like bickery and whiny, which is kind of sad. So that I don't really know what that's going to say about him. We'll just keep an eye on it. But Augustine is their care provider. Palvetta is, of course, thanking him for everything. And John is just kind of chilling. But we are about to find out that the queen and the king have passed away. They're kind of wondering like where all the fanfare is for them because they fully expect like all of that pompousness. And Adelaide just flew in to give Augustine the news, the not good news that his parents are dead. She's very upset. So they're going to go inside and have a meeting. So Adelaide has called a meeting in the dining hall to let everyone know what's going on because Augustine is about to be sworn in as king. He's about to have his coronation, and it's not going to be a big ceremony, unfortunately, due to everything going on. So after setting down a stinky plate of food. So Adelaide is giving him a big hug, and he's like, hey, she said, I'm so sorry for your loss, but your parents have passed away. And John cannot believe that they're already dealing with like all of this after just getting to the kingdom. He was like looking forward to like a party or a parade or all the things they would have done in Moria, because Moria is a rich country that's been around for centuries and, you know, thousands of years. And Avalon is just kind of new when it comes to being in the Lionheart Power. It's only been in, you know, for a little less than 300 years. So, yeah, Augustine is talking about his plans for the alliance with Moria and how he agreed to be the foster, how he agreed to foster Palvetta and John as his wards. And Adelaide is going to get up and start planning for his coronation. So John is telling him, oh, so you're king now, so I'll be able to learn firsthand what is expected of me for the kingdom. And John is saying like, yes, I was raised in Moria from the ages like 7 and up, but I really am, interested in learning about Avalon. I would love to be king one day. I want to take this seriously and put our people first. And Augustin is open to the idea, but he is very skeptical because, he not only did he lose his love, he sacrificed so much for the kingdom, bringing it together. And and we're going to have to plan for Augustin's coronation. And at the same time, we're going to do a royal wedding for Palvetta because she is engaged. Oh, good. They have a jokester dynamic. So everything's going good between them. So maybe earlier when he was complaining, he's probably like, where's all the fanfare in Moria? And Augustin was probably like, forget about Moria. Well, actually, now Augustin looks mad again. So their relationship is jokestery, but I think Augustin really doesn't see John taking this serious. That is what I'm gathering from this. Palvetta has clearly been taught to like speak when spoken to. I believe Moria is kind of a country like that that's kind of backwards in feminism. And even though the Lionheart line doesn't allow women to inherit, the Kingdom of Avalon has been very equal to women for the medieval time period in comparison to others, because when the Gothics ruled, women could inherit. So that kind of still lingers in Avalon's culture, as they respect women a lot more than they do in Moria. So Palvetta is kind of like just being quiet, listening to them make plans for the funeral, the coronation, and her wedding. So yeah, that is where the royal family is. And now we are going to get into the second day of 1330 and check in on our families. So I wasn't keeping up with the cousins who are not on the aging timeline, because if they're no longer side households, their birthdays are not already on the timeline, I'm not keeping up with them anymore. So Gwen got married 7 years ago, which is crazy to think about because I've really been powering through making each year an episode that it feels like she just got married, but her kids are at the ages of infants and they're actually 6 years old. So we need to be aging them up into kids. I have a note on my calendar that I wrote, any baby born after the year 1321 needs to be aged up into a kid. So I'm going to age up Charmant and Hattie, but I also think that she is going to try to have another baby because, they're so grown now that they're kids. I would like her to have maybe a daughter named Halia or a son named Jacob after her parents, because I do feel like only a child of Jacob and Halia would use their names. So I think their daughter would be a great person to do that with. And if I'm not mistaken, Charmant is older than Hattie. Not that it matters, again, because they are a side house. They are cousins and not a side household anymore. Gwen is still on, by the way. Gwen is still on the chart because once your name is added to the chart, I'll roll for you for your whole life. But her children aren't going to be on the chart because she's not a side household. Come on, give me the child. Just stop holding infants. Stop holding them. Just put them down. So she's bringing Hattie to help her blow out her candles. Don't worry about their ages. Like I said, their kids, the cousin kids don't get added to the chart. I just have it where like I'll age up all the cousins' kids at the same time. So now they're all supposed to be kids and then they're supposed to be teens. So I don't really care that they're going from infant because we never even saw them anyways. Yay! She looks so much like Halia. Makes me really happy. Independent! Oh, look at how she aged up! It's like she dressed herself and I genuinely love it. Oh, I love it so much. This is so cute, actually. That's a happy moment for me. And here Charmant goes. Good for you, good for you. And he aged up to be silly. And now we need to add candles and make them kids. Hattie aged up to be erratic. And I'm going to make her a motor lover. Charmant aged up to be a loner. So I'm going to make him a multi-skiller. All right, we'll take them into cast now. So the reason I'm doing their age up first and not going to worry about the rest of the cousins right now on camera, because Gwen and her husband, Nicholas, they live on Alder Farm. So I would like to prioritize their age up because we're going to be seeing them around. I don't think Gwen's eyes are brown. I think her eyes were light green. I know that Francis had brown eyes from Jacob. I don't think Gwen did, though. I need to look at it prior. I'm going to write down, from now on, anyone who is a part of the side households, I will be writing down their eye color because since I often get the glitch where they lose their eyes, I don't want them to lose it. Okay, her eyes were dark green. Luckily, she was most recently a thumbnail, so I can check. So Gwendolyn had dark green eyes. Her husband Nicholas. Remember, Nicholas is from another kingdom. He has brown eyes. So their kids can have either. If they both have brown eyes, I'm going to give one green. So, okay, Charmant. Charmant is a king in Ella Enchanted. So I think it's really funny that he aged up with a crown on. That's really funny. I'm going to let him keep his hair and I'll do some skin details. All right, here is Charmant. A lot of you guys know that I am working on recreating the family tree. I did once upon a time use an app. I think it was called Family Tree on my phone. And then it became locked behind a paywall. So I stopped doing it. I am going to be doing it on this website. And I'll show you guys that in my video that is going to be after this one. I cannot guarantee that all the cousins will properly be on there. I am going to be focusing on the main Alder households that we've played. And then if family members become key characters, we'll put them on. I'm just going to do my very best. And we'll just keep in mind that record keeping during this time frame wouldn't have been great. So only notable family members. Oh, she is so pretty. I can already tell. Guys, I'm going to cheat. I want to see what she's going to look like as a teen. Oh my gosh, Hattie is so pretty. I'm so glad I looked at her. Okay. Yeah, so, oh, so pretty. I love this hair too, actually, this choppy, just like hair, but she's going to have green eyes. The dark green is what's passed on. Yeah, so if our cousins lost a baby, they might not be on there, but if our main family lost a baby, it'll be on there. I can't guarantee it's going to be perfect. I am going to go back and watch prior episodes and do my very best to make it as good as I can. But when I first started, I wasn't sure if it was something I was going to continue. And now that it is something I'm continuing, oh my goodness, Hattie is gorgeous. But since this is something I'm continuing, I want to make sure it's done right. But I can't guarantee I'll be able to catch everybody from behind. Oh, I kind of want to dress Hattie in a really nice dress, but she would help out with a lot of farm work. So I don't know if she would dress super nice because at the end of the day, like, they are on the farm. Some of the family members just are here to help on the farm. Actually, I think this is really nice. So I had to change Hattie's hair because, well, I love that her name's Hattie and I put a hat on her. But I wanted to put a sun hat on her because they're kind of like redheads and I don't know. I just was thinking it would be cute, but I love them so much. And I also need to change Nicholas's outfit because his outfit glitches. So I have us in the main Alder household. It is currently the night of the first day of 1330, and we do have an extreme add-on roll. So we're supposed to roll to see if we end up having a robbery on our farm. It happens every Monday, and sometimes I roll in the background to see if it happens, but we're gonna roll now to see if it happens. We got 11. So the odds were 2, 7, 14, 18. So it didn't happen. It has happened 2 or 3 times. So it's one of those ones that happens or doesn't, you know, duh. I did give Tiara a little bit of a makeover. By the way, Tiara is embracing that she is a witch. So everyone is going to be able to see it now. It's summertime. Oh, is she pregnant? Does she know? Or does she think she's pregnant? She might just be thinking of her baby. All right, I'm going to get her to take a pregnancy test and she thinks she's pregnant. That might be awesome. I know we did just get Gwen pregnant. Oh, That's not a repair. Grow up. I think that means she's pregnant. Looks like we have another visit from Chadwick. Well, if they are pregnant, we do have a full house. So she will only be able to have one baby. I don't know if you guys remember, but Tiara is actually a twin. Her brother's name is, I think her twin brother accidentally got deleted during the Goth battle. Yeah, it only shows her brother as Roderick, but she also had a twin brother. You guys can catch him in the earlier episodes. I will put him on the family tree, but I will not have 1,000,000 people. Sorry, it's 13:30. Vernon's spirit is passing away. Okay. I will not have 1,000,000 people on the... Why is everybody having bladder failure? Did he just have that happen too? Hey, Frederick. Amor has sent an urgent letter to Tiara. Oh my gosh. Arthur is trying to reach out to Tiara. Anne has a message from her Aunt Gwen. Like, what is happening? Tiara has someone who's reached out to her. I'm going to say maybe she's a prophet of sorts. So I'm not going to lie to you guys. I just got to this household, so I hit shift. Like, I made all their needs taken care of so I could, like, get my bearings. And I filled the household needs. And all of a sudden, everyone's, like, about to pee themselves. I really think that's a glitch in the game. Please let me know if anyone else is having that, because I'm also having it happen on my laptop as well, where I don't play with any mods. I did a little... Sorry, I need to take a breath. I did a little bit of... I always show you guys at night. Like, I'm the worst. We did a little renovation over the time since we've done a little renovation to the farm since the buildings burned down, and technically that happened over the last 2 years. So now in 1330, we've just done some basic landscaping. They expanded upon the farm for the summer since spring is over, obviously. We refreshed our pathways, and I also refreshed the wedding pathway next to the chapel because I really liked the way it looked. Added Connor's tombstone over there. I think that's really all I did. Oh, I moved Gwen's house into... Hang on, because I think the house looks... I think it looks better now. But this is now Gwen's house with her children who we just aged up in the beginning. This is Francis's house, even though he only has his one son living with him. So, not really sure what to do with Francis's storyline since his wife unexpectedly died. And then we have Alexander over here. Alexander had 2 kids since we haven't been playing with them. Alexander, and I think her name is Lena, had 2 kids. So I went in and named one of their daughters, who was a baby, Halia, because you guys wanted me to reuse some of the names. So we'll go visit them later, and then Jacob lives right here. So these are Alexander's rooms. Actually, no, this is Jacob's room. This is Alexander's room, and then they share kind of like a living space for the kids. But I figured Jacob would stay in the quarters of his like youngest son. Oh, actually, I think Arthur. No, Alexander is the youngest son. Oh, she's here to visit. Well, let's invite her in. So this is Lena. I don't have the umbrella mod in my game right now because it genuinely doesn't make any... It doesn't even always work. Our animals are all struggling, and she's like stuck in bladder failure. I don't understand. Oh, Tiara was pregnant. I had to close and open the game because everybody was like frozen. I wonder if... Is there a mod to get rid of this, guys? I want to hide it. But it looks like Frederick is so happy to have another baby on the way. He is an adult now, so I'm really just wanting to make sure we like spend time with this relationship and make sure they're nice and built. He is going to express his devotion to Tiara. He's gonna say, "I can't believe that you are a lady and you fell in love with me. Thank you for loving me." Even after his injuries and everything going on, I want him to just like shower her with love. And then talk about the day that she finally, you know, came back into his life and they got to get married. Oh, Anne loves watching them. Oh, I think Anne's happy to see that his dad is in love. Oh gosh, Dawn, you are crazy. Anne's like, my only love is my horse. No man will ever capture my heart. Actually, we have to age up Anne this episode and start to find her a spouse, especially because our family is growing. She's got to get out. So I think he's talking to Tiara about this. Like, I want my daughter Anne to marry better than the farming class. So I have set aside enough money from all my blacksmithing to help her marry up in class. If you don't mind helping me find someone who is eligible and would accept her with a high dowry. Tiara is not just a spellcaster, she's also a lady. She did marry down in status, but you know, they were a part of the great battle to save the kingdom, so they're still in high regards. Frederick has a good smithy going, and they have 7,000 simoleons. Like, I want to say if she has 10, she can marry a lord. If she has 5, she can marry like a knight. So right now we're at this, I mean, we haven't even harvested and any of that. So I'm going to have him finish the sword, sell the sword, and then we're going to harvest this is our spring crop. So I bet it's all out of season actually. Yep, I'm gonna have to plant summer stuff. All right, well, you get what I'm saying. We'll do 1 day's worth of harvest and then hopefully find her a spouse. Okay, so I ended up doing a little remodeling because they had some stuff in their inventory and all that. So I expanded upon their house. I didn't put too much into it because they are still starting from nothing. But Tiara's family has a lot of stuff in the magical community. So I do think while Frederick did provide a lot, I think that she would still bring some trinkets over. She doesn't mind having a more simple life, but she did grow up as a lady. So I do feel like that it won't be reflected in their house because I don't want to overly upgrade their house. But I do think that she would have brought over like books and stuff like that. This is kind of like my barn stables kind of thing. I'm hoping it'll work out. I know we're missing an animal, but there's nothing I can do about it. I also didn't take all of their money because I feel like everyone would have chipped in on like the animal space. I only took like 1/3 of their money. And I also sold what was in the inventory. It was from the fires, so technically everything should have burned. But I kind of used that as like the other families paying into the renovation. So I felt like that was like the fairest thing. Okay, so it is the second day of 1330. We are trying to get like our animals settled in the farm. Hopefully we can get this cow back into the shed because I totally bought the shed for that reason. So I'm going to have him do some farm work. Maybe I can get everyone out here to help me. I'm going to have Anne age up in a second too. So can we get this spotted cow? Looks like Francis was checking in on how things are going. Oh, we got one hatchable egg. Good. Oh my goodness, I have spoiled. Do I have spoiled milk? No. Okay. Well, let's say we're selling some stuff to the trader. Our mushrooms, our carrots, mushrooms, garlic, our eggs. Yay! Oh, we have her dowry again. Awesome. Well, oh, our dad is coming to talk to us. That's awesome too. We need to put the egg in because we will need that chicken to grow because we are losing chickens left and right. I keep trying to clean you, Henrietta. I don't know why I won't let you be clean, but I do keep trying. All right, we don't need to check on Mort. Our wife can check on Mort because she is inside. Oh, I forgot to paint that. Darn it. Oh, well, it's good seeing everyone out and about. We have Frederick and Jacob over here. Nicholas over there. We have a lot of farming to get done. So after we get these animals taken care of, don't you? I know I locked that door. I'm going to have Anne mount Dawn and then we'll do her birthday age up. I just feel like that is the most suiting since every time we see Anne, she is writing. Anyways. All right, Anne. Give Dawn your love. So for Anne to age up into a teen, she cannot get a 7. Oh, that was really close, but she survived. Alrighty, so Anne survived her age up. I love that for her and Dawn because Dawn would have been so heartbroken. So I'm going to have her actually get down. Are they all just free? They just keep getting free. I locked that gate. I swear I did. I'm not even going to worry about it. Looks like Adelaide put a summons for Tiara, but I can't really be bothered with all that right now. I need to focus on our family. Oh, you know what? I bet Adelaide was trying to let Tiara... Well, no, everybody would know that the king and queen died. So, but I feel like it would have something to do with that. So we're going to have her age up. Oh, I forgot Anne was a klepto. And she's an animal enthusiast. That makes sense. She loves animals. Okay, so this is Anne Alder, and I am thinking that she is going to move out to the country and marry a stable master, but not just any stable master, one that's like in high regard. I feel like Tiara would know like who is in charge of the horses provided to the kingdom and that are like bred for like war and luxury and stuff like that. And I feel like Tiara would use her connections to help Anne find a husband. But isn't she so beautiful? So it looks like Frederick is telling Anne about the fact that Tiara knows who is a horse master breeder and stable master to the castle, and how they think that he would be a good match for her because all she wants to do is take care of her animals. And she always said to her father whenever they would talk about the potential of marriage that she just wants, you know, to live comfortably, be able to take care of her horses and her animals, and not really have any kind of... So Frederick is really happy for his daughter. They are going to move forward with this arrangement, and they will be meeting him in the country sometime soon. But since Tiara is pregnant, we might wait until the baby is born. So I think we're just going to prepare for the wedding, have her go for an intense raid. Anne always knew that she most likely wouldn't be marrying a soulmate. That's like a real possibility. So she really didn't have like high expectations of that. So I am going to have Frederick plant some watermelons since it is summertime and we're using cottage living. I don't often do the oversized crops because I know they're a little OP. But we do have a wedding coming up. Oh, Tamara is here. Maybe she's here to talk to... Well, she's probably here just to say happy birthday to Anne. But she also might want to make plans to make Anne's wedding dress. And she's probably has an update about Catriona. So it makes a lot of sense that she's here. Yeah, go say hey to your aunt. It makes me annoyed that they don't know each other. Oh, I also love this discuss the possibility of time travel. So in my other Let's Play on my phone, like on my laptop where I play by myself, my sim ended up marrying the time traveler. And I thought, what if I put him in the game in the medieval time and have him like blending in? That might be really fun. Let me know what you guys think about that. We're going to keep planting. Isolde's birthday, I think, is the next year. I think Isolde is only 1 year younger. Yeah, Isolde's birthday is next year. I cannot clean our animals. I'm very tempted to just sell them and buy new ones. It's just not working out and it's getting on my nerves. And the horseback rider. She is so amazing. I need to figure out what the name of her husband would be. I think it's just a stable master, but he would also like... We're looking at someone who's like a master breeder. She is a wonderful horsewoman. We wouldn't just want our daughter marrying anyone after all. Look at them. That makes me so happy. And it's been wonderful getting to know her. And since she's our oldest daughter, we do have to arrange a marriage. So we're not gonna talk to the oversized crops. We might do it some, but I'm not gonna like have him talking to each one until they become massive jumbo. That's just kind of crazy. If it happens organically... It looks like Gwen wants to talk. All right, let's invite Gwen. Oh, cool. She has a gift for us. That's awesome. All right, Frederick is gonna go see what his sister Gwen wants. Hi, Gwen. How are you? What's new with you? Oh, Gwen had a gift for a soul. Maybe it was an outfit. Oh, Gwen? Am I seeing what I'm seeing? Gwen! Oh yeah, I told you guys Gwen was pregnant. I forgot. Yeah, Gwen is pregnant. Yeah, everybody's doing great. Everyone's happy. Looks like we have a leaky roof in the smithy. But we need Frederick to come in here and work on another weapon to sell so we can raise up that dowry to help our sweet daughter. Oh, he just teleport. Okay. So we're with Adelaide and Ashton, and their only son, Edgar, grew up to be a loner. I do think that tracks for their kid. I'm going to take them into cast now. Since Lady Adelaide is a spellcaster and Ashton is a monster hunter, I wonder how that's going to affect their son, Edgar. So that will be Edgar for now. Oh, he was so happy to give him a big hug. And now he's going to take his lessons really, really serious with Edgar, because Edgar is he's going to be tough. But I do think, because Lady Adelaide was given back her title, I do think Edgar is going to be considered a lord. Augustine wants Ashton. Okay, so it looks like John likes romance enthusiast. I think he likes how much Ashton and Adelaide love each other so much that Adelaide literally gave part of her soul to him to bring him back on the brink of death. And how dedicated Augustine was to his wife to the point where he would never get married again. So he is showing that he is looking up to them. So we're going to say, yeah, that he likes that. And he likes artsy sims. Okay, so Augustine is liking artsy sims, and I'm wondering if John is an artsy sim. Okay, well, that would explain why he was complaining about the training. So we had him come out. Yay! They're doing good. Okay, well, if there's no natural conflict, I'm not really sure how we're going to start the war. But anyways, originally, so it looks like Ashton is given King Augustine tips about how to handle John. He just wanted to give John some training because swordsmanship is important for a future king to know, and anyone in the royal family. But it looks like Ashton is burnt out. Okay, so we have everyone gathered here to witness Augustine's coronation. He is deeply upset because he's wearing his father's crown and sitting in his father's chair, the one his brother tried to usurp, mind you. And he just always imagined, number one, he never imagined as a child he would be king. And then whenever Augustine decided he would be king, he wanted to be a king of his people. And in the meantime, he lost his true love, his wife, and his children in one rough go of it. And now he is in alliance with the kingdom of Moria, where he has to name his nephew heir. And he only wants to do that if he knows that his nephew will be a good king. So there's still that tension of the unknown there. We do have a lot of royals visiting here, it seems. Plenty of the nobility class. Obviously we have John, Palvetta, Tarn, Adelaide, Millicent, Lancelot. Plenty of royal people here in attendance today. But yeah, the energy is... Oh, it's the summer solstice. I didn't even notice. But the energy in the place is sad. That's kind of what we're getting at is, people are happy to be a part of this coronation, but they also know that he will not be continuing. They also know, like, his son isn't going to be king. So it's just kind of like nobody is really excited for it because this is such a big change. And, even though he's the new king, he has no desire to remarry. I guess he's trying to bring the party to life, but we have some other things to take care of real fast. So I'm going to do Elijah death roll. He is aging up into a young adult. So if he gets a 2, 6, 11, 13, 14, he does not make it. It's quite a lot of numbers. All right, 2, 6, 11, 13, 14. Ooh, okay, Elijah does make it. He is actually already a young adult because I had to do that to get him married, but at least he doesn't die. So that is wonderful news. They do have a few more try for babies, so I think I'm going to go in and let them try. All right, we are in the Alder Connerson house since we have decided to give them their own family name. Oh, I don't think they can hang on. All right, well, he has a tight squeeze house, but it is what it is. I do think they can. Oh, wait, he's not aged up. Okay, well, let's age him up. All right, he aged up to be active and a super parent because he had a crappy mom. And I also need to age up his wife, Tabitha. And she aged up to be family-oriented. And with that, they are going to completely celebrate with a try for baby. She was about to read them a thing. Since we're at their house and I'm realizing it's the summer solstice, we're going to do my extreme add-on roll while they woohoo. And my extreme rule is every summer solstice, you run the risk of a violent attack if you get a 16. All right, we got an 18. Whoo, okay. It's kind of crazy. It says Ophelia sent Elijah a gift in the mail, but I'm not sure how he would want that. Because they don't really need money. They have what's left of Tabitha's dowry. They can get their own little animals. So we can purchase some chickens and all that. I'm going to have them practice archery. After they're done woohooing, I'm going to have... Uh-oh, did I not put a toilet in here? We're going to need to put our baby, Christina, here. And then I'm going to have her take a pregnancy test. We'll see if they got pregnant. Yeah, we did reuse the name here. So technically his oldest sister's name was Christine, but we just made it Christina just to have a little differentiation. But there is Christina with her mom, Tabitha. And our son's name is Jonathan. I feel like we might have had a Jonathan. Yay, they're pregnant. I want to see what she's having. No, what? We'll be surprised. We'll be surprised. We'll be back, guys. Bye. So Nimue had a baby, so I want to go check on this baby living with some vampires. He doesn't even have a name. It says Baby Willow B. So we get to name him. He must have just been born. Let's change his diaper and then age him up. So I feel like she would name the baby either after her sister Gemma or Morgan. So Nimue was... Okay, hang on a second. Nimue did not live with her siblings who ran away. So she actually would name... If it's a girl, she would name her baby Tamara. And she would not name her baby after her dad, Jedediah. That's for sure. We can name him after our grandfather, John, or our grandfather, Abraham. So we'll feed the baby. Man, this baby had to just be born. And then we'll figure out what it is. Oh, Nimue, so happy for you to have your baby. Super happy for Nimue and Tamlin. All right, let's get this baby aged up. And it's a vampire baby, I believe, too. So that works out. The baby aged up to be calm. I'm not going to set up a whole room for a baby because we're not going to be playing Nimue because I don't want to play with vampires. So baby is a boy. So I think we're going to name him Abraham. So Abraham is Halia and Tamara's father, which would be Nimue's grandfather. So that would be why she would have chosen the name, if you're wondering. Can't believe we have a little vampire baby. Before I even give the baby a name, I want to see if it survived birth. So this is going to be to see if the baby survives birth right now. Yes, the baby survives. Does the baby survive up to infancy? Yes. Okay, cool. So the baby survives. And Tiara, does she survive? Yay. Okay, everyone survives. Okay, so for this baby, I think we're going to name him Jacob. So we have a repeat of our Jacob. And now we have baby Jacob to celebrate the new year. Yes, Frederick is family oriented, and that would make sense. Oh, He just got his new personality trait. It's a new year. He has a new son that he named after his father. We're going to feed the baby. Oh my goodness, why does the horse hate us so much? Then it has to be in our house. Dawn is crazy. And we got a sheep in here. Oh, we can actually finally take care of the sheep? What? The one I get to actually take care of, I'm going to keep. And we'll have Frederick come in here and age up. All right, let's get him aged up. He aged up to be a calm baby, which I will 100% take. We'll modify him. So now we officially have a Jacob and a Halia reborn, which is kind of exciting. So this is baby Jacob. And without further ado, this is going to be the end of 1330. I hope you guys have a great day. Bye.